Hey there, welcome back to Sustainable Living. It has been quite a while since I've posted a video. All right, as I stroll around the house, I'm just gonna have a little chat with you guys. So, like I said, the last 9 years have been absolutely phenomenal for us in our home. Would I do it again? Absolutely, I would do it again. It was a lot of work to sweat equity to put into our home, but it has really blessed our family. So what have we been doing for the last 4 or 5 years? Well, I took a break from YouTube about 5 years ago at the height of COVID. We had some major changes in our family. We lost a close family member. And to be completely honest, I lost all interest in making YouTube videos. So I am just trying to get back in the saddle a little bit and do a little bit of posting. I'm still very passionate about compressed earth block and that whole process. In fact, when I meet people, I still talk to them very openly about it and refer them to my channel. Not that I don't make any money off my channel, but rather it's a source for a resource for people to go look at and hopefully inspiration for them to do things out of the box for them. Some of the things I want to cover about compressed earth block that we face that were kind of like unspoken issues or things that maybe people wonder about. First thing is insurance. We were really worried about, could we get homeowners insurance on our home because it's an alternative building practice. The answer to that question is absolutely yes. We had no issues getting, so we do have insurance on our home, and we had no issues getting insurance on our home because of compressed earth block. The only struggle that we had in getting insurance was actually having a central air, forced air system in our home. Our home is primarily heated by wood, by just a wood stove. And so they had issue with having a thermostatically controlled environment due to water pipes breaking. And so that was more of the struggle that we had in getting insurance. We were still able to get insurance, but we had to go through an alternative insurance company. And then after spending a year or two paying for their insurance, we were able to go to a traditional insurance. So long story, easy answer, we had no issues with insurance, especially if you built a home and you had the regular ducting system for your heating and cooling, then you would not have any issues, or that's what our insurance told us. Heating wise, we have not found a need to have a ducting system in our house, a forced air. The wood stove and the thermal mass of the walls and the insulated stucco we've been able to heat our house perfectly fine. Now, yes, we live in northern Arizona, and some people may think it's really warm here. We actually, the last few years, we've had some really cold winters lasting anywhere from, I don't know, 5 to 6 months, and we've only burned probably about 2.5 cords of wood to heat our home. And that's burning aspen, a very soft wood that does not have a high BTU rating. So we've been very pleased with having the fireplace and heating our house that direction. And I don't know if we will ever put a ducting system in the house. We use a swamp cooler to cool the house. Between the swamp cooler and our stove, we've been able to do our home just perfectly fine. I'll show you kind of the staining that we have that I'm gonna need to work on. So you can see right here where we put the swamp cooler in, and during the winter we take it out, but it does leak a little bit of water. But I think I can remove that calcification, no issue. So some of the other things we've been doing over the past 5 years has led me away from not doing YouTube videos is we've started our own business. We've been doing a lot of fire work with the Forest Service. My wife's been growing her business, what she does. And then I've been very active in acquiring and building our fire business, where we pretty much cover the whole Southwest of the United States, and assisting the fire management teams when they have national fires, forest fires. So we've been very active there, and so I'll show you, I'll kind of pan around. Our backyard has just been absolutely filled with equipment now that the season is over for the year. And you'll see we've got a few other projects going on, but I'll show you what we've got going on back here. So our backyard's pretty full with equipment. We're possibly looking at, in the future, purchasing this 1.5 acres above me from my grandfather. So that's something that we may be doing, and we have plans to do some building projects there. We'll see what happens there. But overall, we have not forgot about our YouTube channel. We've just had a lot of changes in our life in regards to our life. COVID has really turned our family upside down, and so trying to just get back in the saddle. I have not forgot about compressed earth block. My wife and I do have some dreams on what we want to do with compressed earth block. We eventually do want to get some of our own equipment, our own block machine, our own block mixer. And we're thinking about maybe doing some like tiny home cabins, and maybe even coming up with maybe like a rental. But this is all just, I mean, I probably shouldn't be sharing all this information because it may not come to fruition. But these are some of our dreams that we still want to do. And if we end up going down that direction, we would probably take our YouTube journey in that direction. But as for now, I just wanted to give an update on what's going on in our life. The home is doing very well. We're really happy with the water cistern that we've attached to our home. I'll take you over to, if you watch the video or look into our videos, where we put in our water cistern, and there's an overflow system that once it fills up, it'll overflow into an underground watering system that goes into our miniature orchard. And I got to tell you, that has been one of the best things that we've done on our property, set aside our home. Our fruit trees have absolutely flourished. So what we did is we put in a grid system, subterranean, or if that's the right word, subterranean watering system. It's kind of like a leach field, where we dug really deep in the ground, probably about 6-8 feet, and then we put leach rock, and then we put leach line on top of that. And so all the overflow from our house and from our water cistern, once the tanks are filled, will go into that leach field, and it waters the roots of our trees. And there's our water cistern tanks that I was telling you about. You'll have to go back and watch the video how I did it all, but it basically goes into this drain system here. The excess water will then drain into a drain down there, and then it goes in and waters our blackberries, and then our 4 fruit trees, which we have 2 peach trees and 2 apple trees. And these trees here, no kidding, are only about 2 years old. And we actually got peaches on these trees this year. Had we not had an early freeze, we would have had a lot more peaches. And then here's our 2 apple trees that, believe it or not, the first year the kids left the gate open, and the goats basically ate these trees down, and they have come back and flourished. But if you look at the base of those trees, they're just amazing on the thickness. And that's because there is a subterranean watering system that's gridded out, and these roots will go into that as the excess water waters them from a root level. And it has been absolutely amazing. You can see how tall these trees are. I'm gonna have to cut them down to try to keep them at somewhat a semi-dwarf tree. Thank you guys for watching. I have a few other ideas that I'm wanting to post on for some other videos. I still want to put a video out that's not going to be rushed, and spend some time and explain to you guys kind of our process, why we chose compressed earth block. It's kind of a spiritual journey of being led and directed on building our home. And that'll probably be the next video I will put out, is tell a little bit more about our story on going compressed earth block and the choices, why we made what we did, and the issues that we had with our county because we didn't have codes when we started 8-9 years ago, and how we worked through that. So that'll probably be the next video that I will be considering making. I know I've had a lot of questions in the years past wanting to know our story and working through all that, and I definitely want to share that blessing with you guys. Anyways, take care guys, and see you guys soon.